Hello everyone, it's that time of year and love is in the air. When I came up with Fairyary, I knew I wanted to do something extra special for Valentine's Day. If you're new to the channel, Fairyary is a month of fairy type challenges. For my first challenge, I changed one letter of a Pokemon's name and redesigned it, but for today's video, I thought to myself, what if there was unique variants that can only be found on special days? So to celebrate this year, I'll be taking existing Pokemon and giving them a new variant that can only be encountered on Valentine's Day. As an added rule, they will all be commonly exchanged gifts. So curl up with a box of chocolate while we discuss these super cute new Valentine variants. The first fairy type variant I want to talk about today is probably in my top 10 ghosts. Drifloon is super cute, and I mean, Drifloon is pretty cool too, though Drifloon is definitely cuter. I love pretty much everything about it, and I knew it would make the perfect starting point for this challenge. Every store has at least a few heart-shaped balloons in them right now, but just like this Valentine variant, if you don't get one today, you will just have to wait till next year. Introducing Drifloon, the charming Pokemon. I was super excited to draw this fairy type swap. I had this idea of a Drifloon that instead of stealing away kids, it brought people together. I can just picture this little guy taking a trainer by the hand and leading it to its perfect match. When it came to the redesign, I had to make it heart-shaped. Since Drifloon already had heart-shaped hands, I just flipped them right side up and made them red. For the tape, I tried a few different shapes, but in the end, I had to go with a heart. When it came down to what to do with the cloud hair, I thought, wouldn't it be cute if I used the clouds to give it a feather boa? So that's what I did. I really like the pose. It tells a lot about this Pokemon. It looks both carefree, and yet there's a hint of urgency. For the shiny, some easy color swaps was the way to go for me, though I did try to give it a little bit of a lo-fi sunrise vibe by adding in some pink on the clouds. For the abilities, I had to go with Unaware and Cute Charm, and then for the hidden ability, I went with Cloud 9. I mean, doesn't this guy look like he's just living on Cloud 9 all the time? For the stats, I swapped the attack with the defense and the special attack with the special defense, so now it's more of a defensive type Pokemon. The Valentine's variant of Drifloon likes to play matchmaker. It will take lonely trainers by the hand and lead them to a new friend. I think this new variant of Drifloon is just the sweetest, but let's evolve this Drifloon into Drifblim, the matchmaking Pokemon. I think Drifblim is a good evolutionary design for Drifloon, but since today's challenge is all about fairies and love, I wanted to really play up the cuteness. A lot changed on this one. I gave it a repeating heart pattern all around and kept the heart-shaped tape. When I was thinking about this redesign, I had this really cute idea to make its arms bows. Drifblim already had 4 arms, so I just had to do it. I brought back the cloud hair for this one, but I felt like giving it a Bob Ross look was too fun to pass up. I don't know if it came through 100%, but it was definitely a valiant effort. For the shiny, I kept more or less the same color swap. The abilities, I kept the same as well with Unaware and Cute Charm and Cloud 9. For the stats, I did the same swap, so the attack with the defense and the special attack with the special defense, keeping it more as a defensive type Pokemon. I think these guys look super cute and friendly, and I think it would be really cool to see them flying around as an event in-game. The next Pokemon in this video is another really great one. Badoo is super cute, and it's a solid evolutionary line. When thinking about Valentine's Day gifts, nothing is more quintessential than roses and chocolates. So of course the Badoo line had to make the list. After switching the poison type to fairy type, I couldn't help but wonder, why isn't there a fairy type variant already? From Comfey to Flabebe and Florges, it's not uncommon for flowers to have fairy type, and well, to be honest, roses have such a wide variety of uses, from tea and pastries to perfume and other scented things, so why is the Roselia line poison type? But enough rambling about the poison type. I give you Badoo, the romantic Pokemon. Like I said, Badoo is already crazy cute, but I wanted to take that cuteness to 10. I lightened the overall color palette and made the face and ruffles pink. Unfortunately, because I wanted it to have the finger heart pose, you can only see the red heart-shaped bud. The other one is white. Red roses are romance and white is purity, so it's all about pure love. For the shiny, I wanted to incorporate gold and silver roses as they are often gifted on Valentine's Day as well. And considering how strong of a shiny its next 2 evolutions are, I needed to go big. For the abilities, I went with Leaf Guard and Chlorophyll, and for the hidden ability, I went with Flower Gift. For the stats, I took 10 away from the attack and added it to the HP, and I swapped the special defense and the defense. The Valentine's variant of Badoo will skip up to trainers with unspoken feelings. They adore watching love blossom. When your Badoo reaches max friendship during the day, it evolves into Roselia, the romantic Pokemon. Though I made a lot of small changes to Roselia's design, I didn't do anything too drastic. Same color palette as Badoo, and I evolved the heart-shaped buds into roses with heart-shaped petals. I made an upside-down heart for the top of the face, and since store-bought roses are often dethorned, I did the same here and gave it these little nubs. I rounded the shoulder leaves and the chest part of the front leaf, which I widened a bit. I went with a classic serene pose, and I'll be honest, I struggled with the shading on this one. I'm not fully satisfied with it, but overall, I still like the design. For the shiny, I went with the same concept. I really like this shiny though. I won't say it's better than the original, but I think it's pretty good. We kept the same abilities, Leaf Guard and Chlorophyll with the hidden ability Flower Gift. And for the stats, I took 30 away from the attack, added 10 to the health, added 30 to the special defense, and I swapped the special defense with the defense. Said to appear to trainers who are on romantic outings, relationships blessed by this Pokemon are bound to last. Now, I didn't want to do the typical stone evolution into Roserade, so I created a new item that when given to your Valentine Roselia, will evolve it. So when you give it a box of chocolates, it will evolve into Roserade, the romantic Pokemon. I think I did a pretty good job on this one. Roserade normally has an imposing stance, so I wanted to go in the opposite direction with this redesign. I think it has a thoughtful and giving look, and I did bring in a touch of Gardevoir palette for this one since both are in touch with emotions. Otherwise, the white rose has turned pink for new or young love. I gave it red eyelashes as an added pop of color and made the feet hot pink. For the leafy coat, I went with a more rounded take on rose leaves and incorporated the classic under rose green curls. I'm not sure what they're called, honestly, but it's the coat collar. For the shiny, more of the same, except for I made the coat white, and I'm so happy I did. For the abilities, I kept the same abilities, and for the stats, I added 20 to the HP, and I took 30 away from the attack. I swapped the defense with the special defense, I added 30 to special defense, and I took 5 away from speed. Only trainers who are truly in touch with their feelings will be able to find Valentine's Roserade. It loves giving and receiving gifts. I think these are a great representation of what a Fairy-type Roselia line could be. The final Pokemon in today's video, like the first, is a top-tier ghost for me. I have adored the Litwick line since day one, and it has amazing shinies too. I had to work really hard, and lose more than a little sleep, to do this line justice. Candles and Valentine's Day are synonymous, and often a key element in setting a relaxing and romantic mood, so I had to do something for Litwick. Let's end this video strong by introducing Litwick, the calming Pokemon. I didn't want to go too change crazy on this one because it was already a great candle Pokemon. I made its little drips into hearts and gave it a floaty vibe. I made it pink as a nod back to rose-scented candles. I made the flame more flowy and made the center heart-shaped to embody love. I'm actually obsessed with all the shinies for this line and went with a lilac/lavendery vibe for Litwicks. For the abilities, I had to go with Aroma Veil and Lingering Aroma. For the hidden ability, I went with Serene Grace. As for the stats, I added 10 to the HP and I took 10 away from the attack. I added 5 to the special attack and I took 5 away from the special defense. I think this Valentine's variant of Litwick is just so cute. But let's take this adorable Litwick and evolve it into Lampent, the aromatic Pokemon. This is where I really diverged from the original design. I wanted to expand on the idea of it smelling amazing, so I took inspiration from incense burners. I wanted to simplify the design a bit, and I thought about perfume in old cartoons reaching out to grab someone, so I made the arms out of smoke. I think I could have done the arms a little smokier, but I wanted them to resemble Lampent's arms as much as possible. I went with a translucent pink glass for the body of the burner, and gold felt like a very fairy metal. The flames of Litwick became the incense cone and the red smoke. For the shiny, I kept the purple and pink but made the metal silver. This shiny is so cute, I just love it so much. For the abilities, I kept them the same, Aroma Veil and Lingering Aroma, with the hidden ability Serene Grace, and for the stats, I added 20 to the HP, I took 20 away from the attack, I added 5 to the special attack, and I took 5 away from the special defense. I think overall this is a very interesting and unique redesign for Lampent. And since Chandelure evolves via stone as well, it will use the new item. When Lampet is given a box of chocolates, it evolves into Chandelure, the aromatherapy Pokemon. This is my favorite redesign of this video. I love Chandelure, and I would love so much if this redesign was real. I wanted to combine the incense and floating candles in the final design, and I think I did just that. The pink smoke is in part inspired by the incense burner from Pokemon Go, and the move Sweet Scent, which used to be usable outside of battle to instantly encounter a Pokemon. I imagine having it in your party would have a similar attracting effect, kind of a blessing and a curse if you think about it, and a nod back to a move that Chandelure can already learn. I wanted to have a sweeter expression, so I gave it lashes and cute patterns on the side of its face, and also gave it a heart-shaped kissy face. I kept the same colors going, and I added floating candles with the same flames as Litwick. The shiny is what I'm most happy with. Chandelure's orange flame shiny is almost iconic, so I am very happy with the colors on this one. We kept the same abilities, but for the stats, we added 25 to the HP and took 25 away from the attack. We also added 5 to the special attack, and we took 15 away from the special defense, but then we added 10 to the speed. I think overall the variants in this video would be great additions to the fairy typing, but if I could only have one, it would have to be the Litwick line. This was a really fun video to make, and I have other holiday ideas too, so let me know if you want to see a part 2 or maybe a different holiday. If you liked the video, let me know by hitting that like button, and if you want to see more of my Fakemon content, why not subscribe and hit that notification bell. There's still one more challenge video coming out in Fairyary, so tune in next time for even more fairy types. Until next time!